been a perception in our environment, a system that you're unable to go to university, you can't have a better job, you can't do so many things. And I'm here to challenge that it's all wrong. Please, can you help me? The next slide. So I'm the co-founder of Personet, a tech company I started when I was 19 years. We are into software development, networking, Internet of Things, and robotic applications. 3 years ago, I started IoT Network Hub, and my vision for IoT Network Hub was to bridge the gap between academia and industry. Because looking at where technology is going, and the rates of innovation and the speed of technology, our industry is far leading ahead of academia. So most of the things we've been taught in school, after you graduate, you realize you can't really apply them. It's either you already having practical skills on how to apply it. So due to that, we have a lot of unemployment. It's not because they haven't been to school, I don't know, but because I believe the skills that are required to work in the 21st century, they don't have it, even though they've been to university. Please help me with this slide. Okay. So who is a change maker? According to Ashoka, they said change maker is someone who desires change in the world, and by gathering the knowledge and resources, make that change happen. So anybody can be a change maker, but that person should be able to have desire for change. You should be able to gather information and knowledge and resources to make sure that change you want, or that change you want it to happen, you make it happen. Next slide. Change makers code. According to Asuka again, they said change makers identify problems, see it as an opportunity, and then build a solution around it. Over the past 7 years, my discovering of myself, I've applied some of these approaches to my life, and it has helped me be able to build some solutions that I'm going to roll out to the world very soon. They apply the critical skills of empathy. So change makers are able to connect to human, know what human feels, your talent to go through, and based on that, they're able to help solve the problem we have in our environment. Please. So I took some code on change makers online, and I would like to share some insight with you. So if you don't like something, you change it. And that's the attitude of change makers. Whatever you see around, you don't like it, you make sure you change it. Business. Everyone thinks, or everybody wants to change the world. But first of all, we have to first change ourselves. So if we can't change ourselves, we can't change our world. Yes. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can all use to change the world. And education doesn't mean being the university to learn or having a degree or certificates. Education is the ability to learn something, a skill, the knowledge, and applying to solve a problem. So Mandela said, with education, is the only weapon which we can use to change our world. Your life does not get better chance. It gets better by change. So our life will never get better. We hope for a better life, but it'll never get better until we change it. When we strive to become better than what we are, everything around us will become better. So if we're looking for a better life, a better way of doing things, a better future, we have to make sure we are striving to do better, and everything around us will be better. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So all the change we are praying for, or hoping that it happens, if we don't have the courage to pursue them, we can never change it. Yes. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So every change maker has a dream, and because they believe in the beauty of their dream, they're able to pursue that. Next, please. Without a struggle, there can be no progress. It means change is very hard. Change is very, very difficult. So before we can change, we should be willing to pay a price. We should be able to sacrifice some pleasures to be able to achieve such a change. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn. Let's come to the way of we think. We have a quote we usually say we should think outside the box. Thinking outside the box requires that you unlearn what you already know and learn something new. That's what we can think outside the box. The secret of change is to focus all of our energy not on fighting the old. There are some systems or solutions which are already there that can't be changed. So it's better we focus all our energy on building the future. There's something new we're looking for, the future we want to build. We should focus our energy on building that new future instead of fixing the old ones. You change your life by changing your heart. So the change, our mind and our heart are in sync. So what we believe, what we love, the passion we have, based on that, it drives us to make change. Yes. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it means it's time to pause and reflect. So when you realize you're following where everybody is going, it means you have to pause and ask yourself if you are actually on the right path. Because majority must always be leading you to the bad place or the wrong place. Yes. So the change maker life cycle. Before we can effect effective or sustainable change, we have to go through this whole life cycle. One change maker might have everything. Something might require a team to be able to effect a change. So we have the game changer. It's the one who transforms the future. It could be a tech innovation or any movement that can transform the future. They are the change maker or the game changer. We have the polisher, somebody who sees the change and then make it better. We also have the implementer, those who also understand the change and they implement the change. This could be a government or any other institutions, organizations. You have the strategist, somebody who maps the future. So going through all this life cycle, we will have next page. And then the change maker's mind. Before we can effect change, we realize it had to do with our minds, the way we think, our mindset. So if we can tap into the right-hand side of our mind, where we can imagine the future we want, the new change we want. Because if we can't imagine what we want, we can't create it. So it requires that before we can make a change, we should be able to envision the change we want, the future we want, before we can use the left side to make it happen. So back to what I do here in Ghana, IoT Network Hub. There's a new technology coming up. So for the past 5 years, there's been a buzz called IoT. So if you've ever heard about smartwatch, smartphone, smart fridge, smart TV, it's a new generation, a new era, an era called the IoT world. A future where everything that we can imagine will be connected to the internet. So IoT basically means a collection of devices processing ideas, and this process or devices are going to be exchanging data. Data will be sent from our chairs, our tables, our bag, everything you can imagine, because they're going to be connected to the internet in the next 10 years to come. The internet is only 30 years old now, and some change makers have been able to build $1 trillion businesses on the internet. IoT is way, way bigger. So these are some predictions or estimations that have been done on IoT. The Internet of Things will generate $40.4 trillion in value in the next decade. So in the first 10 years of IoT technology, we're going to have 14.4 trillion market share. And there will be 40 more times devices connected to the internet as compared to human beings by 2020. So by next year, we're going to have 40 times the number of devices and humans connected to the internet. It has been predicted by 2022, we're going to have 212 billion things. These things are our cars, our houses, our fridge, whatever appliances and devices you can imagine. They're going to be connected to the internet by 2020. That's why. So the question is, why did I start this? Because I saw a future coming that I believe we are not prepared for. So there was a need for somebody to start something that could put our conscience to the future that is coming. So I started this community 3 years ago, and Kofi Annan ICT Center has been my sponsor. It's a community of engineers, programmers, and every tech enthusiast coming together to solve problems in the environment using technology. And we are on these media platforms. I started a community with myself and my vice, and for the past 3 years, we've been able to build a Ghana chapter of about 1,700 members. We have a Kenya chapter. Last year I was invited to come to Kenya to talk about some of the things I do. We've also started a Nigeria chapter. We will get there. So the future world, these are some quotes the people in the industry are also saying that anything with a battery will have network connection. So everything that we can imagine is going to be connected to the internet. So some of our impact in the past 3 years, we have 1,700 plus members in Ghana, 100 plus in Nigeria. We just started outside Ghana very soon, so we haven't grown much outside Ghana. And the future world, now data is the new oil. When I talk about data, I don't mean internet data, but information. And information is going to be the most expensive commodity, even better or more expensive than oil. Because we need data to make decisions in everything we do in our life. And the future where everything around us is connected to the internet, it's all about data. So big data is also a new technology that has come in the space. And what they say that big data is not a magic, but it doesn't matter how much data you have, if you can't make sense out of it, it's still senseless.